Hi, and welcome back to the Filming Report. Today, we're delving into the movie Social Network, which provides a dramatized account of Facebook's inception. Brace yourself for a tale of betrayal, jealousy, revenge, pride, ambition, cultural influence, and status, elements that all played a role in the creation of Facebook. While not everything adheres to reality, a significant portion of the story is rooted in truth. The narrative unfolds in October 2003, centering on Mark Zuckerberg, a Harvard University sophomore. A local bar encounter results in his girlfriend ending their relationship due to his ego and abrasiveness. Fueled by a thirst for retribution in his inebriated state, Mark conceives the idea to develop a website for rating the attractiveness of female Harvard students. Utilizing his inebriation-fueled boldness, Mark hacks into the school's database during the night, procuring the names and pictures of female students. His friend Eduardo Saverin contributes an algorithm utilized in ranking chess players, which Mark incorporates into the website. This endeavor culminates in the birth of FaceMash.com. This platform prompts male students to choose which of two presented girls is more attractive. The website rapidly gains popularity and spreads virally. The influx of traffic overloads Harvard's computer network, resulting in its temporary shutdown. Mark finds himself facing the university's disciplinary committee, where his arrogance outweighs any semblance of apology. The committee responds by imposing 6 months of academic probation. Moreover, Mark becomes a subject of scorn, particularly among female students who received low rankings on the FaceMash app. The Winklevoss twins, Cameron and Tyler, are amazed at how Mark managed to create a website overnight while intoxicated. They approach him and offer him a programming job for their website, Harvard Connection. Mark accepts the job but does little work on their website, instead focusing on his plans to launch a similar site. Mark turns to his friend Eduardo and shares his idea for a website called Facebook, an online social networking platform for Harvard University students. Eduardo likes the concept and invests $1,000 to kickstart the project. Once the website is up and running, they share the link with Eduardo's connections at the Phoenix Final Club. The site gains popularity among the student body, and many students start using it. Upon discovering the Facebook website, the Winklevoss twins conclude that Mark stole their idea. They also realize that Mark deliberately delayed working on their website to buy time and launch his own site ahead of theirs. Fast forward a few months, and Bill Gates is delivering a lecture at Harvard University. A student named Christy Lee introduces herself, along with her friend Alice, to Mark Zuckerberg and Eduardo. Christy impresses them by saying Facebook Us, indicating that their website is gaining popularity. The girls invite Mark and Eduardo to a bar, where intimate encounters take place in the restrooms. Later, Mark Zuckerberg unexpectedly encounters his ex-girlfriend, Erica, who remains unaware of the existence of Facebook, as she is not a Harvard University student. Mark feels a pang of disappointment, as he had hoped to incite jealousy in her. This encounter sparks an idea in Mark's mind. He decides to expand the website beyond the confines of Harvard University. Soon after, Mark, along with Christy and Eduardo, convenes in Mark's room to discuss the company's structure and devise a strategic plan for the future. With the arrival of spring in 2004, the website experiences a surge in popularity. Its reach extends to other universities in the northeastern United States, and Facebook becomes a household name. This progress infuriates the Winklevoss twins, who accuse Mark of stealing their concept and resent the fact that the idea is progressing without their involvement. In an attempt to take action, they leverage their influential connections and arrange a meeting with Harvard President Larry Summers, hoping to accuse Mark of violating the Harvard Student Code of Conduct. However, their efforts prove futile, as President Summers dismisses the idea of disciplinary action or a lawsuit against the Facebook website, perceiving no inherent value in pursuing such measures. Meanwhile, Eduardo embarks on a romantic relationship with Christy, who utilizes her connections to set up a meeting between them and Sean Parker, co-founder of Napster. When the trio meets Parker at a stylish fusion restaurant in New York City, Eduardo becomes skeptical of Parker's eccentricity, recognizing his troubled personal and professional history. In contrast, Mark is captivated by Parker's presentation of a vision aligned with Facebook's own. While no business agreements are sealed, Parker proposes a name change, suggesting they drop "the" from Facebook. During the summer, Mark Zuckerberg, influenced by Parker's advice, decides to relocate Facebook's operations to California. In the meantime, Eduardo remains in New York to handle advertising endeavors. Eduardo's visit to Facebook's new California base surprises him, as he discovers Parker residing in the same house and participating in key business decisions. A heated argument unfolds between Mark and Eduardo. Eduardo, fueled by resentment, takes drastic action by freezing the company's bank account under his financial purview. Upon returning to New York, he becomes embroiled in a dispute with his girlfriend over his Facebook profile, which still lists him as single. Accusations of infidelity lead to the destruction of a gifted scarf, further souring his mood. Amidst these challenges, a phone call from Mark adds to Eduardo's turmoil. Mark's furious voice berates Eduardo for freezing their accounts and reveals financial support secured through Parker's contacts. Frustration mounts as Eduardo confronts the news, compounded by relationship troubles with Christy, his girlfriend. His decision to end the relationship stems from her jealousy and lack of trust. Meanwhile, the Winklevoss twins compete in England's Henley Royal Regatta. News of Facebook's introduction in certain universities there infuriates them. Deciding to take legal action, they opt to sue Mark for both stealing their concept and undermining their website's progress. Simultaneously, Eduardo discovers his ownership stake has been drastically reduced, plummeting from 1/3 to less than 0.1%. Determined to address this, he confronts Mark in Facebook's new Los Angeles office. Mark discloses the arrangement he made with Parker's investors, granting him permission to dilute Eduardo's shares while preserving the ownership percentage for other parties. The revelation leaves Eduardo furious, feeling deceived by his friend Mark, and vowing to take legal action. In the final scene, a lawyer representing Facebook informs Mark that they will settle with Eduardo to strengthen their position against the Winklevoss twins' lawsuit. The lawyer's assessment is that Mark's pragmatic personality might not resonate well with a jury, necessitating a preemptive settlement with Eduardo. The movie concludes with Mark sending a friend request to his former girlfriend Erica, anxiously awaiting her response. Text on screen reveals that Facebook settled for $65 million with the Winklevoss twins under a non-disclosure agreement. Additionally, they reached an undisclosed settlement with Eduardo, restoring his title as Facebook's co-founder on the masthead. And that wraps up today's movie recap. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel. Your support means the world to us.